Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the IRA Civic Center in Grand Rapids for the BAA North Region Championship game. It's the Hermantown Hawks and the Moorhead Spuds coming your way next on Up North Hockey. Joining me for this couple games here today, Championship Sunday here at the IRA Civic Center for BAA North Region, is Eric Johns. We've seen great hockey all weekend, Eric. Hunter Hillman helped me the first 2 days. Most of the scores were, some of the scores were close. Actually, the only overtime game was the first game on Friday at the 12 o'clock game. Besides that, some lopsided games, other games closer as well. So we've seen a lot of good hockey here this weekend.
I'll tell you, yesterday I was up at Virginia, and both games that I did went to overtime. And Blake, I was doing the math last night. I think that's 11 overtime games that I've been involved in this year, high school and youth games. And I'll tell you what, for Pee Wee action yesterday, I watched the Hibbing Pee Wee A team. Amazing. They're really good. And then it just went on and on after that. I mean, good hockey, War Road, Crookston, Alexandria, East Grand Forks. Really good hockey. So I'm looking forward to this today.
And we are underway from the IRA Civic Center, Moorhead and Hermantown for the BAA North Region Championship game. And Hermantown's first two games in the quarterfinals, they defeated Brainerd 6-0, and then they defeated Bemidji yesterday. In the semifinals, I forgot what the score was of that. It was probably 6-2 or so, somewhere around there. And then Moorhead, in their first game, they defeated Duluth East 7-1. As Moorhead has an opportunity there, and a glove save by goaltender Drew Rocker. Like I was saying about Moorhead, they defeated Duluth East 7-1 in the quarterfinals, and then they also defeated Roseau 6-2 in the semifinals.
Yeah, it sounds like this team's good. I watched their Pee Wee A team play over there, and it's amazing that they got a Pee Wee A and a Pee Wee AA. I don't know about Bantams if they have an A and a AA or not. Not sure, but it sounds to me like they got a good program going on there again.
And Eric, I'm not sure if you've noticed yet, head coach of Moorhead is Mr. Matt Cullen.
Oh, really?
Yep. Of course, I was surprised to see him on the bench when I did the first Moorhead game.
I'm just surprised you just said that to me.
Well, I knew he coached the Pee Wee AA team last season. I thought he was maybe still with the Pee Wee AAs, but he's with the BAA team this season.
Dylan, he must have a son somewhere on this team, huh?
Brooks Cullen, number 7. Of course, Matt Cullen, originally from Virginia, Minnesota. Then he was very young when him and his father moved over to Moorhead. His father kind of started the Moorhead hockey program over there. Of course, he went on to play for St. Cloud State. 3-time Stanley Cup champion as well. Yeah,
that's amazing. And you know what? I'm pretty sure that he played probably until he was like 46 years old, somewhere real close to, in the early 40s probably. I was talking to somebody yesterday about age and NHL players. Jaromir Jagr, 49 years old, still playing professional hockey over in Czechoslovakia. That's amazing.
And of course, 3 Stanley Cups. That's, no matter how, when you look at individual stats, 3 Stanley Cups trumps everything. No matter how many goals you scored, how many assists you got, how many points you got. Winning Stanley Cups is the ultimate goal in the NHL.
That's the ultimate goal when you're a Pee Wee, when you're a pony. It's just, it really is. But here's the deal with that is Matt Cullen didn't win those things. He contributed to those things.
Yep.
Every one of them. I mean, every team he ever played with, he contributed to. In his stint in Minnesota, I think it was really suiting that, he came here and played, and went back to where he did and got out of hockey after that. I get it. One of the better success stories in the state of Minnesota.
Brought in by Moorhead into the Hermantown zone. Now tipped out by the Hawks. The neutral shot right back in by the Spuds. Now for Hermantown is Holden Evgen. Now intercepted by Moorhead. A possible breakaway chance for Parker Gass. He shoots it just wide.
Did he have some speed there?
Yes, he's been very good all
Holy
tournament.
smokes.
Parker Gast, the first game we did, he scored a goal 40 seconds into the first period as we have a shot right on there by Hermantown. Game number 1, he scored a goal 40 seconds into the first period. Then in the second period, he scored 7 seconds in that same game.
Did you see his speed from the red line to the blue line? I mean, it was amazing. And he's tall and lanky, I see.
So face off here in the Moorhead zone. The Spuds will try to tip it out here. Kept in by Hermantown's Kohanski. Now Kalpanen picks it up. Shot on there, and a glove save by Weigel. And it's fun watching this goaltender, Kai Weigel, Eric. He's very aggressive. He plays pucks outside of the crease. He even iced it down one time. So if you see an empty net on the other end, you better watch out for him because he's going to go for that goal.
Yeah, awesome. I love goalies who can play the puck.
Couple shout-outs here. Adam Franzen tuning in, saying good morning up North Hockey. And then Spuds TV also tuning in. I'm assuming it's Corey watching our stream here this morning. So thanks, Adam and Spuds TV, for tuning in. Of course, Moorhead, the high school team, they got the 8-1 victory over St. Michael Albertville in the 8AA semifinals last night.
And good for them. And you know the thing that's crazy about that is I actually watched that St. Albertville Michaelville this year, and how they talked about how good they were, and and then they get into Moorhead and they talk to them and play them. It was pretty amazing to see them lose 8-1.
Then Roseau, of course, another overtime game versus Rogers this time. I went to double overtime. They squeaked out of it again. Of course, in the first game, Roseau number 1 seed. They played number 8 Buffalo. That game also went to overtime. Of course, Roseau won that game as well. So it's going to be shot and a goal. Thomas Herman makes it 1-0 Moorhead.
You know what? That one right there, that was an excellent play by number 11. He's the one that he got the puck, did a 360, spun around the defenseman, and was able to break free. I thought he was going to actually take the shot, and the defenseman slid over to him, and he was able to get the puck. Nice play. Well, Hermantown may have their hands full.
So I think it was number 11 with the assist on that goal, right?
Yes.
That is Cade Almendinger with the assist. Of course, scoring the goal once again was number 13, Thomas Herman. 1-0 Moorhead. They score first here in this one. As I was saying, though, it's going to be Roseau and Moorhead in the Section 8AA Championship once again.
Yeah, I seen that. Boy, that's going to be a tough one.
Of course, it's been a busy weekend of hockey for all levels. Of course, the youth hockey regions going on all around the state. And a fluke goal for Hermantown. It goes in, and that'll make it 1-1. The Hermantown player just shot it out front, and somehow it found its way in.
Yeah, and the goalie, he is not happy about that. You don't like to let goals in like that, especially you say he's an animated goalie and, plays well. But, I was going to say a minute ago, this does not surprise me, this Moorhead team being the caliber that they are.
Number 7 scoring the goal, Evan Gunderson. He just shot it from the corner there, and it went in. Just, putting pucks on net, you never know if it's going to find its way in. Any shots from the corner, from the sideboards, just put pucks on net. I mean, he was trying to center it there, obviously, but worked out in Hermantown's favor.
Yep.
Now here's a shot blocker save by Rocker.
All year long I had been talking about, rebounds. You score goals off rebounds. And I just said that last night when East Grand Forks had actually scored a goal. And it was off a rebound. I was almost on cue. And when I talked to the kid afterwards, he's like, I was telling him, he goes, it's like 85% that goals are scored off rebounds. And I had to laugh at him. Because I always said it was 70, but he says, no, it's more than that.
Shot on there by Parker Gass. Save Rocker. Now play at neutral. And tipped back in by Moorhead. Now for Hermantown. Nolan Barker sends it up to neutral. Now brought in by Dallas View. Puts a shot that goes wide. Now over on the far side. Max Plant sends it on net. And a pad save by Wagle.
And I take it that Max Plant is a relation to Mr. Zam Plant, huh?
His brother, yeah.
Yep.
There's 3 Plants at Hermantown. There's also a Pee Wee AA player, Victor Plant. So 3 Plants at Hermantown. Actually, Derek was here on Friday watching the Hermantown Hawks, watching Max play. And today they find out if the UMD Bulldogs make it to the NCAA tournament.
Well, I've been doing a little investigating on that and checking it out. And, you know, they are a team that the fans are probably a little bit concerned because they could be looked over because of their 6-game skid they had earlier. But I do believe that I think my opinion is they're the 3-time national championship playing game, 2-time champion. I can't see them being forgotten.
Controlled by Moorhead. Now a shot there. Ooh. And trying to get the rebound was number 18, Carson Kuntz. Of course, Derek Plant, the assistant coach for UMD under head coach Scott Sandelin.
Well, your North Dakota Fighting Hawks, they look mighty, mighty good.
Yeah, they won the NCHC championship. They're going to be a very high seed, if not the number 1 seed possibly in the whole tournament. St. Cloud, very good as well. A lot of good teams here in Minnesota. My future alma mater,
yes,
the Minnesota Gophers. I'll be attending the U next fall. They're doing very, very good as well.
Yeah, you know what? Your Boston College is going to be your number 1 pick regardless. I mean, they'll be the number 1 in the seed, the whole thing, just because of they were ranked number 1 all season long. You know, I believe North Dakota
and they won their conference championship.
I believe North Dakota will be number 2. I think you're going to probably look at
Minnesota, possibly.
I was going to say possibly Minnesota. I think Mankato, Minnesota State will be your number 3 seed. And then, you know, you go down the list. I think if where the Bulldogs are going to sit, in my opinion, is if they get in, I believe that they're probably going to be a 6 or 7 seed, just because of the circumstances of what they've done.
I really hope UMD makes it, though. If they make it, it's really going to be a fun tournament with North Dakota, Minnesota, St. Cloud, Minnesota State, Mankato,
yes,
and then
Wisconsin,
very good team as well. 3 Duluth East, former Duluth East players on that team.
Yep.
Luke Lemaster, Shea Donovan, and Ryder Donovan.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, if UMD doesn't make the thing, it's going to be a very bad situation in my household. Because Teresa will not be, she will be miserable. I couldn't even talk the other day when UMD lost the way they did. She was just totally upset. And I think that's awesome to see her really like hockey that much.
Well, 6:55 remaining in period 1. It is 1-1 between Moorhead and Hermantown in this Bantam AA North Regional Championship game.
Well, I thought they were keeping shots, so I wasn't keeping shots, but now I better start kind of watching that.
Yeah, they haven't been keeping shots all weekend.
Mr. Roloff down there, he should be on that.
Shot in by Hermantown deep in the Moorhead zone over on the far corner. Now back behind the net, backhanded to the near side by number 13, Thomas Herman. Now shot all the way down by Moorhead. It will make it for an 6:24 remaining in period 1. Tied up by 1 apiece. A good hockey game so far.
Fast hockey game. You know what? Yesterday, it's weird when you referee, and coming from doing high school games most of the year this year for us, to do that Pee Wee game, I was really impressed how fast the game still was. But this is a step up. You know, I mean, this is equivalent to a really good. These 2 programs are equivalent to a good varsity hockey team. You know, the speed-wise.
Of course, the physicality and other aspects really amps up once you get to high school. But this is very good hockey, Bantam AA hockey.
And I take it there is no checking in Pee Wees.
No checking in Pee Wees. Back in the Hermantown zone, picked up by Henry Peterson. Now up to neutral. Kohanski gets it poked away and now backhanded in by Kuntz deep in the Hermantown zone. Going in to pick it up is Peterson. Peterson up to the near side to Kohanski, and shot right back in by Colby Aschheim. Here's Drew Nelson now for Hermantown. And he sends it all the way into the Moorhead zone, centers it out front there for Kelpinen. Puck still loose out front now, covered up by Wagle. And you're probably wondering why the referee, Cody Mann's, using a hand whistle. He was refereeing the GRG game down in Forest Lake, the section game. It was actually him, Tom Anik, and Dom DiGiuseppe refereeing that game, but he took a puck right to the jaws, so he can't blow a whistle.
Well, yesterday the referee in the Pee Wee game, he took a stick. The kid took a stick to the mouth, and it split his mouth wide open. I mean, it was bad. Referees, you guys are in a dangerous position. You guys should get hazard pay. On top of what you get paid. Especially the game is faster and faster as the years go on. I noticed that in yesterday's game that the referee thing, I thought there was always 2 referees and 1 linesman when I played, but they must have switched that up.
The USA Hockey rule for officiating is always 2 linesmen and 1 referee. Play continues here in the Moorhead zone, picked up by Garrett Lindberg. Sends it to the near side, up along the sideboards now to neutral, and shot right back in by Evgen for Hermantown now. Back to center ice. Gunderson sends it back to number 13, Weston Bowman. Now Moorhead's going to try picking it up. Bowman deep in the Hermantown zone now. He controls it, sends it up the half wall to Erickson. And now backhanded in by number 14, Zach Thorsten. Play back at neutral, and now tipped in by Esther Brooks. Picking it up for Moorhead is Luke Alderson now behind the net. Over to Lorela. Sam Lorela gets it poked away by Dallas View. View sends it out front, trying to center it to Johnson. Another centering pass there. A backhand shot by River Freeman, and Wagle makes another save there.
Both these teams move the puck very, very well.
Yes.
No, you said that Hermantown's they were ranked 6th in the state. I can see it, definitely see it.
And I believe Moorhead, not as good as they were last year. They were very good last year. A lot of those players were second years. They're on, most of Moorhead's varsity team right now are mostly 10th graders.
Well, yeah, I know.
So a lot of those players came up from the Bantam team last season.
Well,
or for this season.
2 years ago, right here in this arena, I watched the Moorhead Pee Wee AA's play the Grand Rapids Pee Wee AA's, and absolutely impressed of how good that Pee Wee AA team was back a couple years ago, and that's a lot of these kids right here, So their program, they've always been strong. I remember, we didn't play them when we were in high school. I don't even know if they were, a sanctioned high school team back then. I think they were a junior gold team.
They really emerged during the 90s, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Brought up by Moorhead up through neutral. Now Kohanski intercepts for Hermantown up to Kelpinen, trying to send it over to Plant. Now Plant will pick it up back to Kelpinen. Now Plant trying to put a shot through, blocked away by Moorhead. Now in the near corner to Drew Nelson, sends it back down. Now behind the net, sent over to the far side and back up at the point, backhanded in by Peterson. Now both teams digging for it at the half wall, back up to the point, and kept in by Hermantown's number 5, Henry Peterson. Now sent out front, here's a shot, and now picked up by Moorhead. And now Hermantown will recontrol, back up at the point. Peterson with a shot, hit the pipe there. Hermantown is buzzing right now, and they finally score. They put it in. Makes it 2-1. Hermantown with 2:50 remaining in period 1.
I know they're complaining. I'm sure Matt's not happy either, because there was a couple, 3 guys out there, blue jerseys right in the blue paint. I'm really glad that youth sports like this does not have instant replay at all. I was surprised in the state tournament a few years ago they started using that instant replay. And I don't know. It's high school hockey.
And I couldn't hear the scoring there. They're only announcing numbers for some reason. I believe that's Mr. Todd Roloff announcing there. Wants to keep it as simple as possible.
I'll get on him here after the period.
Hermantown controls. They lead 2-1 now with 2:20 remaining in period one. Now it's going to be shot up by Moorhead. Nice play there by Esther Brooks. He blocked it away and brings it right back in. Put the shot on. And a quick save covered up by goaltender Kai Wagle. 2:10 remaining in period one. Like I said, 2-1 in favor of Hermantown. But, yeah, this whole weekend we've had youth hockey. We've had high school section playoffs. All kinds of hockey going on. Girls section championship games. They finished up yesterday.
Yep, I seen that.
Grand Rapids Greenway came up short against Andover, of course. Andover very good for girls hockey. It was 5 or 6 to 1, a little closer than I maybe expected because Andover is so good. But we're going to be having some section. The section finals for boys hockey are going to be coming up this week now. Grand Rapids
Wednesday.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
I didn't know that is
on different days. But Grand Rapids will take on Andover here at the IRA Civic Center on Wednesday. That game will be on WDIO Channel 10. The 7 o'clock start for the Section 7 AA championship game. Of course, the 7A quarterfinals started yesterday. Hermantown got the victory over Proctor. Virginia over Evelth Gilbert. They are moving on. Of course, Denfeld gets to move on due to an International Falls COVID issue. So they'll take on Hibbing Chisholm, who got the victory over
Greenway 4-1.
And then it's going to be Hermantown, Virginia in the other semifinal.
Yeah, it's no matter how good one of these section teams get in Section 7A, it's you always know you're going to end up. The team you're going to face is going to be Hermantown.
And we'll see if they move up at the next, this year is the year to either opt up or down for high school hockey through the high school league. So I would love to see Hermantown play AA. Look at these teams here. They are so good. Number 6 in Bantam AA. It would just be really fun to see them play AA, and I think they would be one of the best teams in the state at Class AA.
You know what? I said that for years, Blake. We talked about this earlier. I believe I would love to see them go up. It would make such even a more intense 7 AA. But in their defense, though, I do believe they have the right to be where they are. Right now, I do believe in due time
There's a shot by Coons. Nice backdoor pass there over to Carson Kuntz. Drew Rocker with a huge save there. He's made a couple big ones. But getting back to your point, though, you're right about that. Very small school. Very small. 500, 600 kids in the whole high school. That's pretty small, compared to Grand Rapids even. And, Grand Rapids, of course, opts up to play Class AA. Yeah. But you have Brainerd, Bemidji, very big schools. And, of course, they're forced to play AA. But you're right about that with the enrollment. It's small enrollment, but I think they would be very successful at Class AA. But one thing they probably would give they would probably be the best team for the next couple of years because Grand Rapids will probably be good next year. There's a shot by Plant. Grand Rapids will be decent next year, but some of these teams are going to, peter down a little bit, including Grand Rapids in a couple of years. And, Duluth East a little down right now. But Andover, you have a couple cities teams that are up and coming. Andover is going to be a good team for years to come here. Also, Elk River might get a little better. But just your thoughts on that, Eric.
I think that one of the biggest things is I do believe that, teams go through a cycle. Here's my thing with the Hermantown thing, honestly. They've been to the state tournament. They've won it. But they've been snake bitten to win it consistently.
Right.
and that's my point in this whole thing. It's consistently. So I believe, I really believe that they deserve to be right where they want to be. Regardless of what people say, everybody compares them to Roseau. You know what? Apples are apples, but you know what? It's a choice, and if this is where they fit, I think if once they got to the point to where they could win 2 championships in a row, doing that kind of thing and dominating, they dominate Section 7A. I get it up here. There's teams that can contend with them. But I also feel that they really they get to the state tournament and they meet teams that are, compatible, just as good. They could be, again, they definitely could be, AA teams. You look at this Gentry Academy. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're a fairly new academy within 5 years. And I was reading some stuff about it. I think that their school is based around, a lot of it is based around hockey.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of your classes you're taking are hockey. I was really surprised when I read that, but it's where hockey's coming. It's great, But I agree. I think that Hermantown's going to be strong for a while. Probably like maybe one of the better teams in section, whatever section or class they decide to go, they're going to be one of the stronger teams for the next few years. One of the things I can say is, after talking to Joey Pierce earlier this year, they really feel that they got a lot of work to do this year. I mean, he said it flat out. The state tournament championship's not going to be easy to win. They're going to have to play hockey. No matter how it goes down, they're going to have to play the game. But they do got work to finish.
Anyways, Hermantown has a Moorhead actually has the power play, I believe.
No, Moorhead's in the penalty box.
Well, it says 2-1 visitor for some reason.
I know.
It's 2-1 Hermantown. I don't know what they're doing down there.
Either is Todd.
But, first period is in the books here. 2-1 Hermantown over Moorhead after 1 period of play. Still 1:06 remaining on that Moorhead power play. And we'll be just about ready for second period action coming up here. But, very good hockey game so far. Lots of skill on both teams. It's a lot of speed, too. Very, very fast players on both sides. So this is going to be a battle to the final buzzer.
Sure it is. I'm just impressed how good Hermantown cycles the puck, moves it. It's like they've been playing together forever, which they maybe have, but it's like they know where each other's at. You're right. I don't get the board thing. I think they got it backwards down there.
Anyways, Parker Gass is in the box for Moorhead. Still 1:06 remaining on that penalty. Once again, 2-1 Hermantown. We're just about ready for second period action here on Up North Hockey. Teams are lined up at center ice. Of course, the winner of this game will be moving on to the state tournament in, I believe it's in Edina, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, winner of this game will be the number 1 seed out of the Bantam AA North region at the Bantam AA state tournament. Brought in by Hermantown's Kohanski. Once again, Hermantown on the power play here for another 48 seconds. Kohanski to Esther Brooks. Now over to Plant on the far side. Back to Kohanski. Now Plant. Backdoor pass to Esther Brooks. What a play. What a play by, I believe it was whoever passed it to Plant. Kohanski to Plant. And then over to Esther Brooks. All around a great play there by Hermantown. Tic-tac-toe. And a beautiful shot by William Esther Brooks.
Excellent shot.
That makes it 3-1, a power play goal for Hermantown here.
9-10 from 11.
Yep, Esterbrook from Plant and Kohansky. 3-1 Hermantown here early in this second period of play.
I just wonder, who is the home team?
Hermantown is. They have the lighter jersey on.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And they're in the home bench as well.
There they go. They just fixed it.
Yep, they're the higher seed as well. So.
Yeah, somebody told them.
Face off here at neutral. Once again, 3-1 Hermantown over Moorhead in this Bantam AA North Region Championship game. It's going to be brought in by Moorhead's Jace Blythe now. Over on the far side now, picked up by the Hawks. And it's going to be shot all the way down by number 18. Rocco Erickson deep in the Moorhead zone. Now on the near side, picked up by Moorhead's Colby Aschheim. Now Blythe drives in with it, sends it towards the net, intercepted by Drew Nelson. Sends it up the near half wall. Now brought out by Thorsten. Thorsten up to Gunderson. Back to Thorsten with a shot right on. A pad save by goaltender Wagle. The puck goes up and out of play. Stoppage of play with 13:41 remaining in period 2.
Yeah, excellent play. I'm glad I came over here for this one this morning. These guys putting on quite a show. Definitely putting on a show.
And of course, in the next game, it's going to be Brainerd and Bemidji looking to advance to the second seed game, and they'll play the loser of this game. And I think we're going to stream that one as well.
I think we can.
I'm going to be a public address announcing one last time this season, but
are you going to? You're not reffing today at all?
I'm not. No, we'll be back. Eric and I will be back for the the second championship game, second seed game at 4:00. So it's either going to be Brainerd or Bemidji in that one, facing off against the loser of this game.
Yeah, well, I'll do the best I can to run the camera and call the game.
Here's Esther Brooks with a shot right on. Originally I decided we were just going to do a winner's bracket. Obviously that game, Brainerd and Bemidji, is it technically a winner's bracket game? Of course, we're going to do the second seed game.
Then we'll play it by ear. How's that?
Yeah, no, we can. If you want to do it, Eric. It's right.
I have no. I'm here.
Yeah, it's right after this game at 11 o'clock.
I'm here.
Okay. 13:11 remaining in period 2. 3-1 in favor of Hermantown. Play continues here in the Moorhead zone. Hermantown will control on the near side. Now both teams digging for it. Now Moorhead comes away with it. Trying to send it out was number 4, Sam Lorela. Now the Spuds do send it out and shot right back in by the Hermantown Hawks. Now picked up by Luke Alderson up to neutral. Now picked up by View. He can't handle it. Now back in the Hermantown zone. Esterbrook backhands it out. Now Plant up to View. Dallas View with it on the near side into the Moorhead zone. Blocked away by Lindbergh there. Now he sends it out front, and Moorhead will control. They will send it to neutral. Now up to Parker Gass trying to make a move. Broken up by William Esterbrooks. That's going to be shot down by Moorhead once again. Esterbrook sends it out up to Kelpinen. Kelpinen skating up with it. Now intercepted by Moorhead. Here's Hanstad. Hanstad driving in with it. Back behind the net now. Trying to send it up to the point. Now he will. There's a shot there by number 14, Dalton Songstad. Doesn't get through traffic. Now the puck comes up and out of play. Stoppage of play with 11:51 remaining in period 2. Still 3-1 in favor of the Hermantown Hawks.
Of all the times I've sat in this Larry Johnson booth and done games, only had one puck come up here before. And I mean, it come up. It was a bulleting shot that come up and bounced off the wall between us.
So, of course, it was a very busy day here at the IRA Civic Center yesterday. You had Bantam AA North Region action going on. Also, Grand Rapids and Cloquet in the Section 7 AA semifinals. Grand Rapids with the 4-0 victory over Cloquet. They outshot them probably 50-6 or so. It's playoff hockey, though. You're not going to score Grand Rapids dominated the whole game, but you're not going to score. You very, very well can, but playoff hockey is just different.
Unless you're Maple Grove, 20-0.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And Blake, I'll say it again. It comes down to one hot goalie.
Yep.
One emerging player. I say that still. I read something the other day. Some 8th grade varsity goalie, I forget where he was at, 97 saves in a game in the state of Minnesota.
Wow.
And they won the game, but 97 saves.
Now a penalty coming up here on Hermantown, I believe. Heading to the box is number 22, Drew Nelson. So the first power play of the game for Moorhead, looking to get back within 1 goal as they trail 3-1 to Hermantown. It's a roughing penalty on Nelson, so Spuds need to capitalize here on this power play, Eric.
Yeah, they do. Oh, definitely. Got to get back in this game. They cannot go down another goal, not at all. It's funny. You look at number 16 for Moorhead, Jace Blythe. He towers almost 1.5 feet over Max Plant. And that was yesterday. It was kind of funny. It was the goalies in the War Road Crookston game. There was probably 2 feet difference between the both of them, and boy, did they both play a tremendous game.
Yeah, shot there by Garrett Lindberg on net. Drew Rocker makes the save, kept in by Moorhead. They are on the power play here for another minute 25. Now here's a shot, goes over the net, hits the backboards, now on the near side, sent up to Lindberg. Lindberg down to Blythe, and can't connect on the pass, now along the backboards. Esterbrook will send it along the far half wall. Now Lindberg on the near side. Lindberg still with it. Gunderson trying to poke it away from him, kept in by Moorhead, now along the backboards, and it's going to be shot all the way down by Hermantown for an icing. 9:40 remaining in period 2. Still 3-1 in favor of Hermantown. 53 seconds remaining on the power play for Moorhead.
You know what? You probably noticed it more because you're referee, but it's been a long time since I've seen a team with their names on the back of jerseys.
Especially for Bantams,
yeah.
Yes. Even for high school, you don't see it hardly ever.
No.
It's really nice, though.
I was just going to say, it's way nice.
Really nice when you're doing play-by-play.
We couldn't see numbers yesterday. So many numbers got tucked in jerseys.
Really?
It was tough.
Gash trying to put a shot through, blocked away by Hermantown's number 13, Weston Bowman. Now flipped out by Hermantown through neutral. And it's going to be backhanded up by Lorela. Lorela gains possession now for Moorhead. Still 23 seconds remaining on the power play for the Spuds. Sent up to the point. Now sent over to Sogstad. I heard iron there. Shot there by the Spuds. That hits the pipe.
Wasn't even a hard shot. Just a shot towards the net.
Now in the near corner, Moorhead controls behind the net now. Trying to send it out front. Can't connect. And that does it for the Moorhead power play, brought up by Max Plant. He will drive to the net. Here's a shot. And a save by Wagle.
Well, he's got speed too.
Well, he has. He's very fast. He's able to get through those gaps very easily. That makes him a very good player. He's still not very big as a second-year Bantam, but he's just able to get through those gaps, and he's very tough to defend against. You got to be careful if you're on a one-on-one against Max Plant.
I bet you do.
Zam Plant as well at high school.
The one thing I noticed, Zam plays so well from the bottom of the face-off circles to the net.
I wonder if he's back for Hermantown, because him and Pierce were, of course, out to end the regular season.
Yep.
Moorhead's going to be way offside here. Stoppage of play with 8:10 remaining in period 2.
You had a great interview with John Ammerman.
Yep.
you'd probably had a great interview with Matt Cullen. It'd be a great one for us to get.
Yeah.
And you might have an opportunity today, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, if you want to, I guess you can.
Well, I was already thinking about it.
Yeah.
As soon as you told me he's over there, gears started turning.
Back in the Hermantown zone, here's Nelson. Sends it up to center ice. Now Lindbergh tries sending it up to Kuntz. Kuntz takes it away and moves it up to Colby Aschheim. Deep in the Hermantown zone, Nelson coming in to pick it up along the far sideboards. Both teams battling for it now. Here's Nelson picking it up now. On the near side now. Back to Nelson. And sends it up to neutral. Now an odd man rush. Almost an odd man rush there for Hermantown. They were offside though. They had to retreat. And now Moorhead sends it all the way down for an icing. Stoppage of play, face-up coming up in the Moorhead zone to the left of goaltender Kai Wagle, and we have 7:14 remaining in period 2.
Yeah, it's amazing that you watch the way these teams play. Very similar, the way they break the puck out. Very similar play styles. The one thing I noticed is both teams, they'd soon pass the puck out than have somebody carry it out. A lot of teams, nowadays, you're watching defensemen, they carry the puck out and they get it to the red line and dump it.
So, Eric, here's a question for you. What's your prediction for Wednesday's game between Andover and Grand Rapids?
Well,
it's going to be a one-goal game, I believe.
You know what's funny? On the ride over here this morning, I analyzed this in my head. And the one thing that I see happening is Grand Rapids is going to have to play a little tighter than they normally do. And I mean that in a sense of, maybe the defenseman staying a little more home. Ooh, that's a big hit. Bad hit.
Yeah, penalty coming up on Plant, Max Plant, as there's a shot by Moorhead that goes wide. Plant will be heading to the box for cross-checking. It won't be a major penalty on Plant here. 2-minute minor for cross-checking, like I said.
Mm-hmm. But, no, you know how Grand Rapids, they like to, they pinch in. They use their defense a lot. I think that they're going to actually have to
stay at home
a little more.
I love when Jack Peart gets involved in the offensive zone, Easton Young,
and they're fast enough they can get back and do this. But you know what? Against Andover, do you want to make those mistakes? Our home building's going to help. I feel that home ice.
They're very lucky. They're very lucky that they got the number 1 seed because they don't play very good on the road. I can tell you that. They play very good here in this building, undefeated all season.
Yeah, well, you know what? The one place they lost in Hermantown. That's a very tough place to play. Nobody goes in there and wins. When was the last time Hermantown lost at home? Geez, bet it's been years.
Yeah, they play some AA teams.
That's a great question. If anybody from Hermantown hears that.
I think they played a couple AA teams where they maybe lost a game or two, but even some of those AA teams, like I remember back in 2019, I believe, Minnetonka was coming off their state championship from 2018, and they took care of Duluth East pretty good. It was a 3-4 goal game. They go to Hermantown a week later or so, and they tie Hermantown in that building. So you're right about that, Eric. Very tough place to play for visiting teams, and Hermantown plays very good there at home.
But my prediction, and I mean, it's not because I'm from Grand Rapids by any means. I just feel that this Grand Rapids team is good, led by Jack Peart, Easton Young. The defense core they're the backbone of this team. Hunter Bischoff, Braden Holcomb. These guys, they're it's a big part of this. And I see Hayden DeMars is starting to pick it up a little bit and starting to get in the action. And, Blaine Mortensen, to be honest with you, he's worked himself into a lineup. He's got size. He's physical. He's gritty. He has the ability to score goals, be in the right place at the right time. Grand Rapids is going to have to put all these things together. They're really going to have to put all these things together. I think Grand Rapids wins if they don't allow 40 shots.
Right.
You allow 40 shots, they could be in trouble.
And goaltender Wyatt Pilkington has been playing a lot better, I feel like. I mean, he wasn't playing bad before. He's been facing a lot more shots in the last few games, I can tell you that.
No, I think Grand Rapids, the coaching staff has Grand Rapids fine-tuning the game. I believe that they need to carry the momentum. You don't need to score 15 goals in that game yesterday to carry the momentum in. There's 4 goals, play hockey, play like you know to play the game. And I think Grand Rapids will come out on top, go to the state tournament. Now, when they get to the state tournament, they can't stop.
Yep.
They have to keep momentum going. 2017. Ooh.
Here's a shot, a tip in by number 13, Thomas Herman again. His second goal of the game, a power play goal for Moorhead, and they get within 1 goal, 3-2. Hermantown with 4:14 remaining in period 2. That was a beautiful tip by Herman, number 13.
They were moving the puck well.
Yes.
Really, really good. You know what? Here's the deal I see right now in this game, stay out of the penalty box. And that's another thing. Grand Rapids, they have to stay out of the penalty box. A game against Andover. You have to.
So 3-2, Hermantown now. 16-10 with the assist on that goal. And that's Jace Blythe. And Parker Gass, once again scoring the goal, was number 13, Thomas Herman, his second goal of the game. So a brand new hockey game here now. As there's another shot there by Moorhead. Rocker was there for the save. And now some pushing and shoving here in front of the net there. Brand new hockey game now, 3-2. Time ticking down here in the second period. 3:45 remaining in our middle period. Coincidental minors here on Moorhead's number 8. That's Keon Hanstead, and number 18 on Hermantown. That's going to be Rocco Erickson, both for roughing.
You know, I get it, 100%. Yesterday I seen it. You touch my goalie, you're going to get hit.
Yep.
I mean, especially when you hack like that right there. And that happened yesterday, and I was just blown away. The referee, that's when the referee got hit with the stick. It was, for Pee-wees, it was a full-on battle.
Kept in by Moorhead, sent down to the backboards. Once again, 3-2, Hermantown now with 3:30 remaining in period 2. Now here's a shot, blockered away by goaltender Rocker. Now along the far half wall. Hermantown's going to drive out with it. I'll just say one thing, though, Eric. On Wednesday night, I will be very nervous here at the IRA Civic Center.
Been there many years, Blake. Welcome to my seat.
Of course, my brother, number 3, Blaine Mortenson's on the team, so he will be making his, he made his section playoff debut. He's a sophomore at Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
He made his section playoff debut against Cloquet yesterday, and now big game against Andover coming up tomorrow, or Wednesday, not tomorrow, Wednesday. And, of course, Roseau Moorhead, that's a huge game as well. That's going to be a really good game. I'm not sure what day it's on, either Wednesday or Thursday, I believe. But that would be a really good game to attend as well. It's usually in Bemidji at the Sanford Center, but this year, of course, it's going to be up in Roseau. Roseau, number 1 seed in that section.
As of right now, next Wednesday, I'm probably trying to put it in my plan to come here and do analyzing for Up North Hockey. That's kind of my thinking. I was talking to, like yesterday I was talking to Jeff Trell, and
where'd you see him?
In Virginia. They played right after our 2:00 game. When we got done with our 2:00 game, we did a game at noon and 2. Virginia Eveleth played immediately after.
Yeah, but Paul Coombs the head coach.
Oh, that's who that guy was, not Trell. I'm sorry.
Paul Coombs, yeah.
That's his name.
I was going to say, Jeff Terrell and Steve Trowhite are supposed to be in quarantine.
No. You're right. Because he come up and was talking to Randy and I.
Okay, yeah, Paul Coombe.
Yep. That's who that was.
He had to take over, step in as head coach. Of
Yep.
course, the Golden Bears got knocked off by Virginia in that quarterfinal game. And Virginia's going to move on to take on Hermantown this week.
Yeah, and I wish them the best of luck. You're going to need it.
Here's a shot by Barker, and a glove save by the goaltender Kyle Wagle. 2:02 remaining in period 2, still 3-2 in favor of Hermantown over Moorhead. Good hockey game here so far, back and forth. It was off to a really explosive start with a goal for each team. Moorhead started the scoring festival with to score the first goal of the game. Then Hermantown came right back and tied it up at 1. And, then Hermantown scored 2 unanswered goals, and now Moorhead comes back and gets within 1.
I expect to see, minute 50 left in the second period, 3-2 favor of Hermantown. I honestly expect to see a build-up to this third period, which is, I see the Zambonis out. They're going to Zamboni the ice. So they get a fresh sheet ice for this third period. Makes sense. They were Zamboning the ice yesterday, too, over in Virginia.
Yep, they are everywhere now. So that's
good. We talked about this many times. Look at the ice right now. This is 2 very fast teams, and you can't even see logos. That's how snowy it is.
Well, I was thinking about that during the first period. I was like, holy, there's like 2 minutes remaining in the first period. I was like, holy, look at all the snow just in the first period.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine what the ice would look like after if they didn't resurface at all.
It'd be terrible.
It must have been a challenge for these teams, when they couldn't resurface. Even for Bantam AA's, these top Bantam AA teams, it had to be very tough.
Well, you played on the outdoor rinks, Blake. Sometimes you pass the puck and the puck's it slows down. It takes a turn. You look at the outdoor games during these. You look at these outdoor games that have been played by Minnesota Hockey Day. The rinks have been so snowy. You're both in the same boat, but it's terrible.
40 seconds remaining in period 2 in this Bantam AA North Regional Championship game. Brought up by Barker. They are going to be offside there. 33 seconds remaining in period 2, 3-2 in favor of Hermantown. The coincidental minors on Erickson and Kuntz have expired. And just about second period just about done. Face off here at neutral. Shot all the way down by Barker into the Moorhead zone. Along the near half wall, both teams battling for it. Plant will keep it in. Sends it down to Kohanski with a shot. It goes through the 5-hole, but it doesn't. Goes wide.
He lost sight of the puck.
Yeah.
He blew the whistle. He thought he had it, and he went down.
Yeah, he did have it for like a second, then it kind of trickled out there.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe the snow on the crease there probably did affect it as well. It didn't move very fast with the snow on the crease.
Lots of snow.
Very snowy on the ice right now.
And you see some goalies, they'll move that snow out of their crease. They want it clear as can be. Some goalies want it in there.
Yeah.
To me, I've seen the puck do both things. I've seen the snow affect it both ways.
Well, that does it for period number 2 from the IRA Civic Center. It is Hermantown 3 and Moorhead 2. Eric, any last thoughts before we go to break here?
Excellent hockey game so far. Both teams are playing well. The mistakes that have been made are penalties. Stay out of the penalty box. What has there been? 3 power play goals? I think there's been 3 of them. Because they were moving the puck twice. Hermantown got the one. Moorhead got one. Maybe it's only been 2 then. I was thinking Hermantown.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure, but there's been a couple.
Stay out of the box. Have to stay out of the box.
We'll step aside here. Once again, our score after 2 periods of play, it's the Hermantown Hawks 3 and the Moorhead Spuds 2. You're watching the Bantam AA North Region Championship game on Up North Hockey. Third period action coming up next. And make sure to check out our website, upnorthhockey.com. We have a PayPal link there if you're looking to donate money to Up North Hockey. Once again, upnorthhockey.com for PayPal. And, of course, we also have Venmo, which is Up North Hockey. Once again, Venmo with the username Up North Hockey. So, once again, we'll be back for period number 3 coming up from the IRA Civic Center. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink also offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram or shop online at ironrange.shop, and good luck to all the players. Minnesota Twist Drill is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey and wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. For all your heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration needs in the Grand Rapids area, call Tony from Anthony's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration at 218-256-1092 or find them on Facebook at Anthony's Heating, AC, and Refrigeration, LLC. G&B Environmental specializes in proactive air and water filtration services, HVAC coil protection, cottonwood screen insulation for cooling units, UV light air purification systems, and electrostatic disinfectant spraying for COVID-19 and other contagions. Give them a call at 1-800-466-2018 or visit gbenvironmental.com. Winnie Trading Post is your one-stop shop on the way to the lake. Located 12 miles north of Deer River on Highway 46 by Lake Winnebagosh, Winnie Trading Post offers gas, food, bait, propane, and everything in between. Find them on Facebook by searching Winnie Trading Post or stop by on your next trip to the lake. Welcome back, everyone, to the IRA Civic Center. We are just about ready for the third period of play. I just want to mention the Mr. Hockey finalists came out. 10 finalists were named. Carter Batchelder of Eden Prairie, Cam Bach of Lakeville South, Jackson Hallam of St. Thomas Academy, Kyle Kukkonen of Maple Grove, Luke Lewandowski of Rosemount, Luke Middlestad of Eden Prairie, Henry Nelson of Maple Grove, Joel Palatachuk of Hill Murray, Jack Peart of Grand Rapids, and Joey Pierce of Hermantown. And the 3 Frank Brismick finalists are Axel Reed of Blake, Alex Timmons of Gentry Academy, and Jack Weinecke of Maple Grove. Good to see Jack Peart and Joey Pierce on that top 10 list, Eric.
Oh, definitely. You know what? I feel that whoever's going to win it is whoever's going to help their team do the best in the state tournament this year.
My bet's probably, for the winner of that, my bet's probably Kyle Kukkonen or
I get
Jackson
that.
Hallam, probably. But
I see that.
All 10 candidates have been very good all season long.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they gave it to a defenseman.
And, of course, Joey Pierce has been injured for a couple weeks now, so that probably hurts his chances. Maybe Jack Peart, though,
for
possibly.
Jack Peart to get it, Rapids is going to have to go down there. And I believe they're just going to have to play really well down there.
I think it's based just on regular season, though, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. But they give it away after the state tournament, or the night, I think.
The day after.
The day after, yeah.
Yep.
Who knows what they base it off? I've read the criteria before, but I don't remember.
We should be voting on that, because I think media members vote on that.
Yeah.
Like the people from the Star Tribune and Pioneer Press and newspapers and other hockey outlets. I think, members of the media vote on that.
Well, now that I know how my future's going here, I want to get more involved in the up north hockey side of the media in the state of Minnesota.
Brought in by Moorhead, a shot right on by number 15, Matthew Grammer.
Very nice save.
Rocker has been very good all game long, keeping it a 1-goal lead for Hermantown.
He had to make it very quick on that one, but no, I think that what we've done this year, Blake, I think has been amazing. You started something that, and we continued it through COVID. I think people really appreciated it. We don't know where everything's going to stand next year as far as what COVID's going to be doing, where regulations, are we going to be back to full people in the arena? We don't know none of these answers or these questions yet, so I just feel that, I would like to continue doing this. I know there's a couple different avenues of people that are really interested in keeping up North hockey going. I know you're going to go to the university, and that's a great thing. I said it before, and I told you, you have a great future in this if, you're going to go to school for the right things, and, maybe one day you'll be my get-into guy when Minnesota Wild games when you're doing the play-by-play for the Wild.
Yeah, that's a long shot there.
Start with just doing Gopher games.
Here's Grammer with another shot, and Rocker makes the save, lets it go. And another shot, gassed, and it goes by Rocker. It goes just wide. 11:48 remaining in period 3. 3-2 Hermantown over Moorhead in this Bantam AA North Region Championship game. Brought in by Lindbergh. Puck loose out front and finally covered up by Drew Rocker. Stoppage of play, 11:37 remaining in period 3. Moorhead is buzzing to start the final period of play.
Yeah, they are. I imagine Mr. Matt Cullen gave him a good speech in there. This is a big period. Winner, they go to state. They get to go home, take the rest of the day off.
And the loser obviously has to wait around until 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And, play to go to state again, do or die in that game.
Oh, yeah, dang right.
Now Hermantown the other way as it's brought in by Kohansky, now picked up by Moorhead. Advanced up by number 13, Thomas Herman. Of course, he scored the 2 goals for Moorhead here in this game. On the far side, sent down to the backboards by Sam Lorela. Now here's Kaupinen for Hermantown. Kaupinen skating up through neutral. Now Moorhead's going to come up, but Almost had a chance there for an out-of-man rush, but got broken up by Barker.
He thought he had. He didn't think he probably had the speed.
Now here's a shot, and puck still loose. Plant puts it in. That makes it 4-2 Hermantown.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for the goalie. He was down. Nothing he could do about it. Nothing he could do about it.
So with 10:43 remaining in period number 3, it is 4-2 in favor of Hermantown. Once again, Max Plant scoring the goal for the Hawks off the rebound. That was a big goal there for Hermantown. Moorhead was buzzing to start period 3, and they come right down and score to take a 2-goal lead.
Now, this next goal is going to be even bigger.
It's going to be shot all the way down by Moorhead for an icing stoppage of play with 10:20 remaining in period number 3.
Yeah, and how about Mr. Grand Rapids alumni and UMD alumni Hunter Shepard getting the call up to the Hershey Bears now?
Really?
Yep. You know, I think next step is the show.
Of course, Hershey Bears and the Washington Capitals organization.
Yeah, and so are the Stingrays. The Stingrays were in the Washington. You know, they're a farm team too.
Yep.
And he got called up from there, and there's no. Doesn't look like they're going to be sending him back because they purchased a goalie for the remainder of the year from Kansas City.
Here's a shot, puck loose, and another shot, and finally the whistle is blown.
That's a different sound whistle, isn't it? That hand whistle?
Yeah, it sounds a little different, but yeah, Cody Mann, the referee, he can't blow a whistle due to his injury from the Forest Lake GRG semifinal game. Like we said, he got nailed by a puck in the jaw. That probably didn't feel too good. So he can't blow a whistle. He can talk pretty good, though, but he just can't blow a whistle.
You know, and one thing I think I remember about Cody Mann is scoring the winning goal in Hockey Day, Minnesota on Pekegama Lake.
Yep.
Against Bunnell.
Yeah, Hunter Hillman and I were actually talking about that, and I said, the saying is, what if Mann didn't fan?
Oh, geez. I'll tell you.
Because, he fanned in the shots, and it actually worked out in his favor because the goaltender wasn't expecting that, went right through the 5-hole and in.
Where I was standing at, and when he took the shot, I actually thought he completely just missed the puck, and the puck kept going because they'd snowed. You know, they'd switched halfway through that overtime. They switched ends because it was so windy on the lake. So windy.
Hibbing Chisholm and East Grand Forks are playing in the PWA North Regional Championship game right now. I believe it is 3-2 Hibbing Chisholm in that game. I'm not totally sure. There's 288 people watching Randy's stream here this morning.
And yesterday I felt bad. You know, we kept, for people, right towards the end of that East Grand Forks game, we kept losing our feed.
Yeah.
And it was just, I mean, people, the fans, people were calling, people from East Grand Forks were actually calling people they knew they were at the game. Everybody that from East Grand Forks had their cameras out like this, videotaping the rest of the game, and I felt just really bad. But, you know, I don't get it over there. You know, the Wi-Fi, it's just, I think it's the big metal building.
Well, luckily this is probably one of the last games at the Miners Memorial Building because it's going to be torn down this summer.
Yeah, it sounds to me like they got plans to tear it down immediately.
So this is probably the last event there for games, I would say.
Yeah.
9:25 remaining in period 3. Once again, 4-2 in favor of Hermantown over the Moorhead Spuds in this Bantam AA North Regional Championship game. Here's a shot there. Deflected up by the goaltender, Drew Rocker. Hits the netting and goes out of play. Stoppage of play with 9:13 remaining in our final period of play.
I got that book Home Ice, and I was looking through some of the arenas on there. Man, there are some nostalgia arenas, in counting this one right here. I still say that, some of the best ones, Eveless, the old War Road Arena, downtown, chicken wire for fences back in the day.
Here's a shot. Rebound chance for Kohanski. Wagle makes the save and now flipped up by Moorhead. Esther Brooks keeps it in for the Hermantown Hawks. Now behind the net along the backboard, still in the Moorhead zone, now over to the near corner. Moorhead will backhand it out. Now play at neutral. Skating up with it is Lorela. Gets it poked away by Esther Brooks. In the far corner now, here's Plant. Plant will shoot it up to neutral. Now it's going to be Kohanski chasing for it, trying to make a move. And now it's going to be shot out of the Moorhead zone by number 16, Jace Blythe. Now deep in the Moorhead zone, here's Lindbergh. Shoots it off the boards, up to number 5, Mason Kraft. Kraft trying to send it up to Lindbergh. It's intercepted by Erickson. Play still at neutral, now tipped in by Hermantown. Here's Erickson. Now intercepted by number 8, Keon Hannestad. Now an offside here with 7:43 remaining in period 3.
That timeout was decent. We talk about this all year long too, is timeouts just ain't necessarily need to be used at the end of a game. Matt Cullen used that at that time to calm his team down. They came out flying and gave up that goal. So now it's, he calmed them down. It seems like they're a little more relaxed. They come back down. They got a good opportunity. They just got to keep plugging. Can't stop. Got to keep skating hard.
It's going to be shot all the way down by Sam Lorela into the Hermantown zone, back behind the net. Both teams battling for it now. Sent over to the near corner. And it's going to be flipped out by Rocco Erickson. And someone just scored in that Hibbing East Grand Forks game. It's 3-3. East Grand Forks tied it up.
You know what? That East Grand Forks, they're gritty. I tell you, I watched them play. I did their game yesterday afternoon. They're a real gritty team. Really, really gritty. The thing that really got my attention was how they protect their net. They push people out. They don't let anybody. They don't let people inside too often. If you're going to score a goal, you're going to score that goal from not in the slot. You're going to have to be, high in the zone.
Shot there that gets deflected, goes to the far corner. Play here on the Hermantown zone. Now flipped out.
That must have hit the rafters.
Speaking of the rafters, in a couple of years, they're going to be putting in a new roof here at the IRA Civic Center.
That's what it sounds like. They say that there's some structural damage going on up there. And it's crazy. This arena was built in '62. And I know things get old, but they say the snow, there's not a problem on it if there ain't no snow on top of it. They've been hand shoveling it off when you've been getting a large amounts of snow.
Really?
They've been getting up there cleaning it off by hand.
Wow. Wow, that's really going to be a big project, huh?
Nowadays, you watch how stuff goes up. I mean, I watched that new arena in Virginia go up. They brought that thing in pieces. They had that thing standing up. It mattered days. So I think the biggest thing here with this one, they just want to raise this one up somehow, make it a little higher. So I don't know what has to be fixed or what.
Shot there by Sam Lorela from the point on net. Rocker makes the save. But, yeah, they're going to have to reorganize everything, too, the banners and stuff. And I heard they're going to be putting in a scoreboard in the middle as well.
Yeah.
And
that'd be nice.
They should really make a better press box here.
Make a press box.
Yeah, a press box.
Yeah. This board right I think we're working on right here has probably been here since the 70s, maybe longer. One thing I remember when I was a kid, up in the far above the old Zamboni room, that's where you used to go up and get your jerseys when you made a team. And I remember standing up there looking through these rafters, and I always thought that's the coolest thing in the world, is being up top there looking at these rafters. And like when I started playing here, Blake, back here behind the Moorhead on the north end of the rink, a foot and a half, 2 foot behind the boards, that was the building wall. That was the wall.
Hermantown is offside here for a stoppage of play. 5:35 remaining in period 3. Hermantown still with the 2-goal advantage over Moorhead, 4-2. Like I said, 5:35 in our final period of play.
And I know at least the first 5 years of me playing here, it was just fence, like chicken wire fence all the way around it.
Really?
Yep.
Backhanded in by Hermantown into the Moorhead zone. Now it's going to be shot all the way down by the Spuds. For an icing, stoppage of play, face-off coming up in the Moorhead zone to the right of goaltender Wagle.
And I remember playing when I started, there was no, in front of the penalty boxes, doors, there was no glass.
Wow.
Yeah, there was none. Up in the old War Road Arena, the sideboards, it was you and the fans. There was nothing.
Spuds controlling their own zone, looking to get a goal here to get back within 1. Brought in by Moorhead. Now on the near side in the Hermantown zone. The Hawks will pick it up as it's sent out by Ebgen. Now it's shot right back in by Garrett Lindberg into the Moorhead zone. Along the backboards, picked up by Moorhead's Cullen. Now a penalty coming up here. Penalty coming up on both teams, it looks like. It'll be a penalty on Hermantown's number 13, Bowman. Roughing and holding, coincidental minors.
His was retaliation. And that's bad, you know, and the retaliation, those are the ones that you're always going to get caught.
Brought in by Moorhead, 4:49 remaining in period 3, still 4-2 in favor of Hermantown. In the far corner, picked up by Kaupinen. Flipped out by the Hawks up through neutral. Plant and Moorhead's number 14, Dalton Songstad, will chase for it. Now here is Sam Lorela. Up the far side. Now back in the Hermantown zone. Brought up by Kohanski now. Deep in the Moorhead zone. Now here's Lorela. Sam Lorela up to number 5, Mason Kraft. Kraft driving in with it now along the backboards. Sends it back to Aschheim. Up at the point now. Shot. And gloved by goaltender Rocker.
Yeah, 4:05 left in this game. I believe, talking to Todd Roloff he's in the box down there, we figure the shots are about even in this game, and I believe that. I think they've came and gone both ways in spurts. For a while, I would think Hermantown was ahead, and then all of a sudden Moorhead would come back and even it up. So this is the time that we got to have to start thinking, see what Matt Cullen's thinking right now. 3:55 left, down by 2 in a very huge game. I'm sure he's probably thinking he's already used his timeout, so I'm sure he's talked to his goalie. He probably knows what's going on. So
I was going to say, Todd should be taking shots, huh?
He said he's not a shot guy. He's not a shot guy. You know what? Here's the deal. Shots. You know my take on the shot thing is, you know, when a goalie when he saves the puck above the net, it's not a save. It might be a shot, but it's not a shot on net by any means.
That's why you see such high shots at the Evelyn Hippodrome.
Oh, man, I'm tough. Yeah, well, I think a lot of times, you know, not taking anything away from any of these guys that do shots around, because it can be a very tough job. But I do believe that from the angles where you are in the box contributes a big play into what happens.
Here comes Moorhead, brought in by Sogstad. A shot right on there. And the puck was loose for a moment there and finally covered up by goaltender Drew Rocker. 3:05 remaining in our final period of play. We have a penalty here on Moorhead. Heading to the box, number 15, Matthew Grammer. I believe he is the brother of Luke and Joe Grammer, Moorhead.
Matt Cullen's not happy.
I was going to say, I can hear Randy.
Yeah, he's going pretty crazy right now.
He blew my ear out yesterday.
.253 remaining in period 3 here in this game. 4-2 still in favor of Hermantown. They're on the power play now for another minute 40 here. Kohansky at the point. He'll put a shot right on, and a quick save by goaltender Wagle. So if the Blue Jackets win, Randy will get to see them play down in Monticello. He's working the Monticello State Tournament with MN Hockey TV. So he'll get to see his Blue Jackets in the state tournament if they pull it off. Kohansky over to Plant. Kohansky with a shot right on. Another save by Wagle. And now we have 2:28 remaining in period 3. Another face off here to the left of Wagle. Now here's View. Shot hits the post. Now in the near corner. Minute 15 remaining on the power play for Hermantown. Here's Kohansky with a shot right on. Rebound chance. And now taken away. And shot all the way down by number 12, Colby Ashine for an icing. Now the Blue Jackets just scored again. Make it 5-3 in that BAA championship game in Virginia. Randy is pretty excited right now.
Yeah, you know, I noticed that the other day when we were doing. I
don't blame him though. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had, here on the ice range for the single A teams. It's been a long time since we've had a team go to state. I mean, you had Greenway back with Ben Trombley and Christian Miller, and those players were Bantams. But besides that group, it's been a long time.
Yep.
Shot there, pad save by Wagle. Puck comes out front, and the Hawks can't get a stick on it.
Oh, look at the long legs are moving there.
And now we have 33 seconds remaining on the power play for Hermantown. A minute 34 remaining in our final period of play. Here's Kohansky driving up with it for Hermantown. Kohansky with a drive right on. Saved by, or it goes wide actually. Now back in the Hermantown zone. 13 seconds remaining on the power play for Hermantown. Here's Kohansky. Kohansky over to Plant. Moorhead back at full strength now. Drive right on. And a save by Wagle. Another shot. Wagle makes the save once again. We have just under 1 minute remaining in period 3.
Moorhead's got to get the puck out.
Hermantown still with the 4-2 lead. Here's Esther Brooks at the point. A shot, hits a stick, goes on net, covered up by Wagle.
Tough to get the goalie out when that happens.
Then, of course, head coach Matt Cullen already used his timeout, so looks like, I guess.
Hermantown's calling timeout. And that's really strange.
It is. I mean, they're up by 2 with only 45 seconds remaining.
Maybe it's a courtesy thing. Maybe he's doing that in favor of Matt doesn't have a timeout left.
No.
I know that, of course, but it just seems kind of odd that they're calling timeout.
Right.
When they're the one team buzzing right now.
Yeah.
That's who I thought that. He played for Moorhead back in the day. Played for the University, Minnesota. It's his son on this team. I was wondering where that Kraft
And
kid.
his name is?
The dad's name was Ryan Kraft.
Okay, his son is well, we're assuming his son is Mason.
Yeah,
Mason
because
Kraft.
it's a Moorhead name, and I just was really wondering about it. Yeah. Yep. He was born in Botno, North Dakota. Yeah, he skated for Moorhead. I knew I recognized that name. And a couple years younger than I am. I believe he went to the University of Minnesota and played.
Okay. Well, 45 seconds remaining in period 3 here. It is 4-2 in favor of Hermantown. The Hawks looking to clinch the state tournament berth. They are 45 seconds away.
And very well that timeout could have been to talk to them about keeping level heads. You know.
Yeah.
Don't want to get nothing dumb happening here. Get somebody in trouble, lose somebody for the year.
Back in the Moorhead zone. 27 seconds remaining in period 3. Here's Barker with a shot right on and pad saved by Wagle. Now it's going to be shot all the way down by Moorhead. They are offside. They have to retreat back. Only 14 seconds remaining. The goaltender is out. And that's probably going to do it here, Eric. 5 seconds. Hermantown will be heading to the state tournament in Edina, I believe, as the North Region Bantam AA #1 seed. It's a yard sale here at the IRA Civic Center as Hermantown is moving on to the state tournament.
And you know, Moorhead played great. I think where Moorhead they had their problems, you got to stay out of the penalty box against these powerhouse like this. I mean, both these teams move the puck so well. So Moorhead will be back to play the winner of this next game
between Brainerd and Bemidji.
And that's at 4 o'clock. We're doing that game.
Yep. And are we doing the next game? Have you decided?
I'll do it. I mean, I'll wing it up. I'll run the camera. You're just going to have to set up the feed, I suppose.
Yep.
Unless you want to try to see if I can get mine going here. No, I don't know.
But yeah, I'm gonna public address announce for the next game for the last time. That's something else I enjoy doing. So I didn't think we were going to be doing this game, but might as well, I guess, if we're here, if you're here, I guess.
Yeah, you know, if I'll watch the numbers. If the numbers are there, I'll do it. If I got one person watching, I'm sorry. I'm probably not going to. I'm sure we'll get people watching.
Yeah, I think we've been getting good numbers all
Yeah, I got
weekend
140
long.
people right now.
Yeah, we'll get good numbers for it. You know, 2 local teams, too.
Hermantown, they just received their trophy from Mr. Todd Roloff, presenting it to them. That was quite the presentation. I guess considering the season it is and the situation, it's a nice presentation.
Well, this same team made it last year.
And got it canceled.
Didn't get to play, yeah. So.
I remember I had talked to Zamplant earlier this year, and he said how devastating it was to them to know that they were probably the #1 team in the state last year going to state, he said. And to have this happen, it's too bad.
Well, we'll end the
imagine he's
here.
in the building, too.
Yeah, we'll end the stream here. Eric will be back for the next game, Brainerd and Bemidji. Once again, Hermantown Hawks, the Bantam AA North Region champions here at the IRA Civic Center. They are moving on to the state tournament in Bantam AA. So we thank everyone for tuning in here this morning. Make sure to watch out for our next 2 streams, Bemidji and Brainerd coming up, and then the second seed game between Moorhead and the loser or the winner of the next game. So once again, thanks for watching, everyone. Final score, Hermantown 4, Moorhead 2. And we'll see you for the next stream. Have a good day, everyone.